Hey, what's going on, good people? It's your boy B3, aka the Kush Motivational Speaker. Hey, welcome back, welcome back. So, you already know what I got going down today. I have another special guest that I've been wanting to get on the show for a pretty long time. So, I hope you guys are ready for the flight, because I am. Yeah. And what's going on, good people? Welcome back to Zero Gravity. Yes. So, I told you guys I had somebody special with me today, right? This is a person I've been wanting to get on the show for a minute. And now I did something a little more interesting this go around since, he is a very busy man. So I had to figure out some special way to get him on here. And he's going to be the first guest on here by my huge screen. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for my boy Henry of Chapo's Tacos.
Hey, what's up,
Yeah.
brother?
What's
What's
going
up,
on,
B3?
man?
Bro, first off, I want to say thank you so much for being lenient and being flexible and doing whatever you could to have me on the show. I know I'm a headache just getting off of work, so I really do appreciate you doing everything you can to have me on the show. It is an honor and a privilege. I'm a fan. What can I say?
Oh, bro, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of yours, so it works
No,
both
bro.
ways, man. It works both ways.
Oh, bro, awesome. So if you see me stuttering, sorry, I'm nervous. Never been on the big screen like this before, so I appreciate you.
Please don't
I'm
mind him.
excited. I'm excited.
He's gonna do great, y'all. Don't worry about it. He was gonna do
I do my best. I do my
great.
best.
Shoot, I like and not to brag or anything. I like this sweater he has on too. That's a nice sweater you got on right there,
You
sir.
know, I
Nice
gotta
sweater.
represent. It's airtime, bro. You know, I gotta take advantage. It's airtime.
I love that sweater. I'm gonna need me one of those, man.
I
I'm gonna need me
got you,
one of
my
those.
boy. I got you. I'm telling you, next time I see you, you gotta email me or DM me the size. You know we're gonna take care of you,
Oh
and we're
yeah.
gonna take care of you with some tacos, maybe some mulitas, some quesadillas,
See?
whatever you like. You're always welcome at our spot.
He's and hey, his stuff is on point, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all have what he's saying right now is music to my ears. If only y'all knew.
I
That's full
appreciate
on
you, bro.
music.
I appreciate
Oh
you.
snap.
Yeah,
So
we're doing our best.
and how has it been?
We're
How's
doing
things
our.
been going?
We're trying. We're trying, bro. So these last few months have been straight up blessing. Honestly, maybe since October, I want to say these last 3 months have been the gnarliest of the 3 months. Our business is kind of it's sped up maybe 0 to 100 these last 3 months. It has just been a blessing, and we've been getting booked out. Like for example, right now we are booked out for almost all of February and all of May. It's
Whew.
January, so it it's awesome, bro. It's really awesome. Truly something we were praying for a few years back.
See, I'm not surprised. I already knew you guys was gonna be top. Like I said, I had to get him on here before he became famous. So that's why I was like, before he
Bro,
gets all his
I gotta do the
accolades.
same for you. I gotta get on this YouTube show before you don't want me on here.
I will always want you on here. Best believe. So,
Man,
and
I'm
you
telling you.
and you being, I want to ask you something, man. Since you being you're an entrepreneur. So that's one of the major reasons why I brought you on here. So have to ask you, how was it starting? Just opening up Chapo's Tacos. We talked a
Uh,
little bit earlier off camera about how it was at the other spot, but how was it starting your own stuff?
See, young, I always knew that wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to start something for my own. It's always been a goal from the get-go. I always had that seed implanted in my head. I want to be my own boss. I want to one day be able to own a business, back then I didn't know it would be in the food business. I just always knew I wanted to do something kind of for myself, something for my family, something I can build my own schedule, even though I work more than, you know, 7 days a week now. I'm work more than I did before, but um it's for myself, and I really love what I do. So it's cool. I don't mind working. It's fun. Other than that, I always knew I wanted to have my own business, and just like any other business, it's always a learning curve and a struggle at the beginning. You have to take baby steps, and it kind of took a little while to get the ball rolling. So when we first started Chapo's Tacos, uh, we didn't really know it was going to go in this direction and this fast. We kind of so being a dad, all dads know kids' birthdays,
Oh God.
family gatherings. Who's the cook? The dad.
Right.
The dad's on the grill. The dad is on the grill. The dad is putting together, this and that. I mean, moms too. I want to give credits to moms too, but the dad is always, man, I got to figure out this and this. If it's not pizzas, it's barbecue, hot dogs, this, chicken, blah, blah.
Something.
You're always worrying about. Dads are always cooking. So at all the events, being Mexican, being Hispanic, we got a lot of birthday parties. I'm cook I'm cooking all the time. So uh you know we had tacos for one of my son's birthdays one of the years, and we were doing it for a couple of years, and out of a joke somebody was just like, hey man, these are so good, I'd pay for these. And that's kind of when the light bulb turned on,
Yes.
and we're like, man, maybe we could do something with this. But just like any other business, um there's that, how you going to get money to start investing in your business? How are you going to buy the equipment that you need? I didn't want to, I mean, I know we all have to start at ground zero.
Right.
And if I show you my very first grill that we started on, it is a tiny little grill. Now we don't even use it because it's so little, and we can't believe that that's how this whole thing started. It started at zero. And so kind of, putting funds together and stuff like that to get the ball rolling. But uh like I said, just like anything else, it was a struggle at first to get things started. It was a little bit of a struggle at first.
I respect that. Hey,
Yes,
that's
sir.
how it is. That's how it's supposed to be. It's not. If it was easy, everybody would do it, right?
Yeah, no, 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 just like anything else, we knew we wanted to do something like that. I've been really blessed that I've had a good support system from the beginning. My wife, my business partner, my life partner, she's
Yes.
been really supportive from day one, and she's been able to run with it. And whenever I fumble the ball, she's there to pick it up, and vice versa. So we try to put together a good team and make it happen.
I like that. See, that's
Yes,
beautiful.
sir.
See, hey, who else better than the wife?
Shout
Applaud,
out to my wife, Jessica.
applaud.
I love
Yeah, it was
you.
like
Thank you so
applause for the
much
wife.
for
Real talk,
rolling
because
with us.
she's
Yeah, but
better half.
yeah, and then like I said, that's just kind of how it started, and we bought a small grill, and just like any other business, the hard part is or just like any other service, you start a business, the hard part is getting your name out there. Figure out how to get gigs, because I mean, if nobody knows you, and I mean, there's a bunch of other taco guys out there. It's a big market out there.
Right.
There's a big market out there. So what are you doing different than the guy next to you? What do you have to offer? Is there's a lot of Mexican food out there. You go to eat everywhere to eat Mexican food. So what separates you from the other people?
Right.
And so there's kind of a few things that we were worried about. Who knows if this might even work out? And it's just truly a blessing because looking back at it now, this is what I do full time. There's a lot of guys that don't do it full time. This is what we do full time. This is what we dedicate our time to and try to perfect. So it's truly a blessing to, I mean, we got a long way to go. We're nowhere near our end goal, but we're working on it. We're building.
See, I like that. And I like
Yes,
that.
sir.
Uh, so, all right. Question. Where did you
Yes,
get the
sir.
idea for Chapo's Tacos? I know we said a little bit about, because who's going to cook, right? But the name, just in general, Chapo's
So-
Tacos.
it's a funny story. It's a funny story. So technically I had nothing to do with tacos. So the name, my last name. Oh, sorry guys.
Don't worry.
Let me
That's
turn this off.
Yeah, go ahead and answer it if you need to.
Business calls, duty calls.
I was just going to say, when money's on the
So
phone.
no, we're good. Nah, we'll get back. They'll leave a message. We'll get back to them as soon as possible. We're pretty good at returning calls and text messages and DMs, so we're always on top of that. We'll get back to them.
Yep.
This is important too. This is important too. So, the name Chapos Tacos. My last name is Guzman. Uh, and I don't know if you guys know this. It's the same last name as the Sinaloa cartel
Yep.
head guy,
I knew it.
Joaquin Guzman,
Ah.
Chapo, Sinaloa cartel. So no relation, no relation. Have the same last names, and so I played paintball. I played competitive paintball for many years. That was my sport. I love paintball. There is if you want an adrenaline rush, you play paintball. I'm a little bit of an adrenaline junkie. I've raced cars, I've played sports, but paintball is like that thing gets my blood pumping. I love paintball. I was playing paintball competitive. We would travel
Wow.
to different states and cities and stuff like that. And one of my best buddies that I played with, shout out to Matthew Sekula. One day, I hope you're watching this, brother. He
Yo.
so at the time we were playing a competition in San Diego, and the El Chapo was trending at the time. He just escaped from prison, and I'm not sure if you guys saw the whole story. They locked him up in a maximum security prison in Mexico. He escaped through a tunnel, got back to business, and then he was captured again. So El Chapo was kind of trending at the time, and my last name, if you guys look at the jerseys, my last name's on the back, and uh my boy just kind of came up with the name. We were in the on the paintball field one day, and hey, that's my boy El Chapo. Hey, what's up, Chapo?
Yeah.
It was kind of like an inside joke, and that joke just stuck like glue. The following years, everybody just started calling me Chapo, and it's kind of a nickname that stuck. And so one of the things in business is, when you're coming up with a brand or a business, you want to be creative with your name. You want something that's going to stick in the person's mind, and when they think of that certain word, that let's call it a trigger word, you want them to think of you. So when I was coming up with the name for Chapos Tacos, it and I'm not trash talking, but a lot of the taco businesses out there are all the same typical names that tacos Mexicano, tacos Juanito, tacos Jose, tacos mi gente. It's a lot of the same stuff, and sometimes it's even hard to distinguish. You're like, who's who, man? You guys all got the same name. So I wanted to think outside the box, and whenever you think of El Chapo, which is, like I said, I know it might not be the greatest name to be associated with. Yes, this guy was a kind of a drug lord cartel. But whenever you think of that name, you think of Chapo's Tacos. It's kind of a trigger word. It pops up. It just flowed right. It stuck. It has a little background to it. On top of that, a few years ago, I used to run my own non-prop delivery service when the cannabis times were good and golden pre 2018. It was the real medical days, none of this adult Prop 64 stuff. It was the real green era of cannabis. And 2014, 2015, all the way to 2018, I was running a permanent license and stuff. It was a non-prop. We had patients, everything was legal. We had patients. Times were a lot more simple. We had a little delivery service, and it was called Chapo Meds. And we were in the 707, and it was really cool. I did that. Like I said, cannabis has always been a big part of my life. Great in so many ways. I do think that it is a great medicine, and it's just so helpful in so many ways. And that small business taught me a lot about how to run your business, how to hire people, how to communicate with other people and deal with other people's needs and necessities, how to build a brand. Most of all, it became kind of a small brand. And over time, it just kind of transitioned over. I moved it over to Chapo's Tacos. Like I said, it's the name is significant to me. It has some stories, some history to it, and it just ended up working really good. That name really sticks, and you think of Chapo's Tacos, it just sparks that, and then you see the food, and then we're branded in your head.
And you want to know something funny? Even though only the cool thing is only ones who really know Chapo will really get the joke, but majority of the time, people are just ready to go get some Chapo tacos.
That's what it is. Bro, that's what it is.
Ready to get some Chapo tacos.
That's the goal.
Man, I mean, can become one of my favorites out there. Oh, speaking of favorites, though, so you've been in the game for a little bit now. So what would you say? What is some of the favorite things that you sell to others? Like, what would something that you hold to your heart? I know I don't want to say one thing. It's always a nice little list of things that you sell. So what would you say?
Like as for our food?
As far as food wise, yeah.
Let's see. So honestly, I think our biggest hit has to be the mulitas. The mulitas is and the keto taco. The keto taco has been really popular, but the mulitas, I think, if you're a sucker for flavor, if you're into diving into just orgasm of different flavors, cheese and a little bit of spiciness and a little bit of like the tortilla flavor, the mulitas has been one of our popular items on the menu. So a lot of people don't know what a mulita is because you don't see them much around here. I've been seeing a few other taco guys kind of come up with them because I want to say that we've made it a little bit more popular because it's a dish from Tijuana, Mexico. It's like a Tijuana street food. Something Tijuana is banging just like LA.
I was just gonna say,
LA's popping
them street food.
For the street foods, man. It gets intense. So a mulita is a corn tortilla, and then we put it on the griddle to kind of crisp it up a little bit. We crisp it up a little bit. We stack the cheese on top. We stack your choice of meat. So the meats that we usually have available at our pop-ups is the carne asada, which is the steak. We do the al pastor, which is a seasoned pork, or we do the chicken. But the steak and the pork are the most popular. I want to say pork is the most popular because it has a little bit of like tanginess, spiciness to it.
Right.
So when it mixes really good with the cheese. So you stack that, and then traditionally we add the red salsa, the green salsa, which is my wife's recipe. It's an avocado that she makes, an avocado salsa she makes from scratch, which is crowd favorite.
Yeah.
The green avocado. We put another cheese on top, and then we stack it with another tortilla, corn tortilla on top. So it's kind of like a little quesadilla sandwich. It's kind of like a quesadilla taco hybrid. I'm gonna send you some pictures of that. You gotta look, and please, bro, next time you're in town, stop by to try one. I got you. We gotta make some videos on you eating some of this food.
Hey, you got me. I should have known this was gonna be a problem.
Come on, man.
My stomach's growling.
I've been pretty quiet this whole time, but I mean, you're making me hungry.
That's what I said, right? He's not making this.
See, that's the goal, though. That's the goal, though. That's the goal. See, and on our Instagram, when we first started doing our Instagram, my wife would get so angry because we'd be doing these events and I'd have to stop what I'm doing. See, I'm the social media guy. I'm the cook. I got to go prepare all the stuff. I'm the branding guy, so I'm trying to build a brand and I'm trying to do so many things all at once. So many important pieces to the puzzle
Yeah.
to that goes into building I want to say a successful business.
Yep.
And I'm trying to do all at once, but the mulita has really taken off because it's not something you can get around here. And I'm not shit talking or anything. Sorry, can we say cuss words?
Yeah, man, we grown here.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
now we have to
YouTube,
check.
man. YouTube be trying to
Yeah.
censor people,
No,
so
we
you
grown
never
here.
know.
Oh yeah.
Cool. So
Not for kids.
not trying to talk shit. Not trying to talk shit, but a lot of the other guys around here, their mulitas fucking suck. So I'm not gonna put no names out there, but a lot of the stuff sucks, and it's just
Man,
because...
Jose, fuck you, Jose. Sucks.
Fuck you, Jose.
And Juan,
That's my cousin, bro.
I'm sorry,
So-
man.
It's all about Chapo's tacos. I don't know what y'all talking about.
A lot of this stuff sucks because then again, they're just trying to get you in and out. It's not about the food. They're just trying to fill in a hole, and we're trying to do the complete opposite. We want to give you something that you're going to remember, something that you're going to come looking for us when we're out here. And that's what's been happening these last few months. When we first started doing these Taco Tuesdays, like at the Bright Spot,
Yeah.
we just had a very few people kind of show, oh, this is cool kind of thing. If you go now, there's a line.
And for those who
And,
don't, just sorry to interrupt, but for those who don't know, where's the Bright Spot again?
Yeah.
The Bright Spot is in Fairfield. Big shout out to the Bright Spot dispensary. Great group of guys, good friends. We've known each other for a while before they put together the Bright Spot. But big shout out to the team. They're great folks, great dispensary, extremely professional. I have a lot of love to them, and they've gave me a spot to be able to connect with customers. It's just how they connect with their customers, which I think is really awesome. A lot of dispensaries are kind of like, fuck you, we just want the money.
Yep.
Come buy some shit and get out. These guys are really cool. They're about the people. So a lot of love. Big shout out to the Bright Spot.
A lot of energy,
Yeah.
a lot of positive energy.
Well, I have
at
to
the
say,
Bright
I
Spot.
met Mark Inglebright.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember how to say the man.
Yeah, there we go.
So,
Yes.
Zero Gravity did a feature on the Bright Spot. So we're going to
Sweet.
pop a link up, right? One of those little notifications
Heck
right
yeah,
about
Yes,
now.
sir.
look, see, it should be somewhere around.
Yeah, I think it's
the
on your top
screen.
left, I think.
It's gonna be my top
Brandon.
left.
Yeah.
All right,
so-
top
Okay.
left. It should be somewhere over there where we'll have a little video. Of
Plug those guys in.
Rock
Plus
Spot.
those.
Yeah, I just wanted an opportunity to cross promote that. Thank
Exactly.
Yeah. No, great guys. Like I said,
Lovely
they've
team.
given us an opportunity for the Taco Tuesdays. And the Taco Tuesdays, number one, there's no other dispensary doing that. So I think it's really awesome for them to think outside the box and want to do something more than anything for their customers. They're thinking about their customers. What better than weed and tacos, dude?
You can't lose.
you. So you're making me
What-
hungry
what-
in multiple ways.
You can't lose.
I haven't smoked.
It's-
I haven't had dinner. I mean, what are we doing here on this show?
We gotta get this man some tacos. Let me make some few phone calls.
Man,
Get the
we need
What?
to go.
our catering.
Why
stuff
did you
out
not
to
come in person?
I see.
bro? You know what? I'm hoping and I'm praying that this will not be the last time I'm on the show. I really hope you guys give me the opportunity again, and we'll come in person. And you know what I'll do is I'll bring some
Select.
food, and we'll really start getting the munchies.
Well, Zero Gravity is like a mafia. So once you've been on the show, you're always on the show.
You're always.
I can't.
so.
Okay,
bro.
I like that.
You're always.
that.
You're
Awesome.
always family. Remember that. You're part of
That's
a family
awesome.
now.
You
So-
guys are too kind.
So before I get too far off, I'm gonna start getting deep with you now.
Okay.
Hope you're ready.
Be
So-
gentle. Be gentle.
So, being a business owner, a lot of people, like we was just talking before, a lot of people talk shit. A lot of people always have their
Oh,
own
all the time.
all the time, always have their own opinions about what you're doing and how you're doing things. So, what would be the biggest misconceptions people have about your business? What would you say?
So, it's is a tough one. Yeah, and like you're saying, yeah, people definitely talk shit. But I
Often.
feel like if they're not talking shit, you ain't doing it right. Excuse me. Um, a lot of people get down when people start showing hate or no love, and man, why am I not getting the reaction that I wanted? But you know what? I like when people talk shit, and I like when people motivate. Lucky enough, people aren't talking shit right now, so
See?
knock on wood. I don't want people talking shit because that might be a problem for business. So it's not something we're really struggling at the moment. We're trying to stay away from people talking shit because in the food industry, usually people talking shit is a bad thing,
Right.
but misconceptions, a lot of people think let me think of a good one. They think that because you do, like, for example, catering, that you have to own a restaurant in order to be successful. Or something like, for example, lately every time we go to places, when we do a lot of catering events, people are like, hey, where's your restaurant? Or do you guys have a brick and mortar restaurant? Where can I come eat? And we always tell people, like, we don't have a restaurant. Oh, but you guys are so professional. Everything, how you guys run this, the way you guys do your payment processing, and the way you guys set up, and just everything. And we tell them, you don't have to have a restaurant to be successful in the food business. And matter of fact, and I'm not trying to talk shit. I know I'm going to get some hate for this, but I do think that restaurants are a dinosaur business. I do think that restaurants are a slowly dying business model. A lot of people are evolving the way they go eat and consume. A lot of people really dig the catering service coming to you. A restaurant can't come to you. I understand some restaurants are hybrids and they kind of have, they could send a team out to you, and you could cater for an arm and a leg. You could cater. But that's not what they specialize in. So a lot of the time, the service really sucks. The guys come out to you, and it's guys that don't typically do that. They're very unprofessional. They're on the clock, so they just want to get in and get out. They don't really care too much about how their service um, is to you. They're doing their job. They're there. They want to feed you. They want to get the hell out of there. And that's kind of my thing with the brick and mortar restaurants. I do think they're a dying business, and a lot of people think just because you're a catering service, you have to have a restaurant, or vice versa. Because you're a restaurant, you kind of have to. You won't be able to do the catering service. So that's just kind of one of the things. So more than anything, I think one of the biggest misconceptions in the taco business is a few things, honestly. And this is kind of the things that I was looking at. So I kind of went to school for business. Nothing major, just business has always been something. Entrepreneurship is something always that tickled my fancy,
Yes.
something that like I told you, I've always wanted to do. So one thing I did before I've started Chapo's Tacos, and it's something that I learned over time that I think is really important, especially to young entrepreneurs, is market analysis. And what market analysis is you need to go into the market that you need to look around the market that you want to enter, whether you're trying to offer a product or a business, a product or a service. You want to see what's your competition? Do you have a competition? Is that product or service in demand? Is it in demand in your area? What are the logistics behind it? Is it something you can provide? Do you have the capital to invest in your business and survive? Because what a lot of people don't realize is when you first start a business, you're not making money right away. I mean, I know, don't get me wrong. I know there's people that start booming money. Oh man, I just started. I'm already making thousands and hundreds and this and this. But in all reality, that's not how business starts. You're a nobody for a very, very long time, just like us. We're nobodies right now. We're trying to become somebody, And uh, when I first entered or wanted to get this business started, being a fan of tacos, because from the get-go, I'm a fan of tacos. This is why we wanted to go into. I love tacos. I love Mexican food. Tacos being there's just something about these little tiny things with the meat and the salsa, and it's just something special about that. I'm a big fan. I see it as an art. Some people just see it as a
You did it
some
again.
people yeah, it's an art, bro. The tacos are an art. And you see it. Some of these guys put a lot of love and a lot of love into their tacos, into their service, and it can tell. And some guys just kind of fuck off, and they're in it for the money. They just want to get you in and out, and it shows. So when we're doing the market analysis, we wanted to see what is the competition's biggest fuck ups. What can I learn from them that they're messing up or doing wrong, or to me they're doing wrong, that I can go back onto my platform and adjust and change and do differently. What is this guy doing? Okay, he's doing these tacos right, or his service is cool, but maybe he doesn't speak English, which is being Hispanic. That's been, I mean, tell me you haven't been to a taco place and their food is amazing. They have amazing tacos, but there's that language barrier. You might not be able to communicate. Man, I want to get this guy to come cook me some tacos, but fuck.
It's just a tad. They get bits and pieces.
So that's a big issue. Another big issue is the professionalism behind taco guys. Some taco guys aren't too professional, and nothing against cash only, because we started with cash only too, but we've moved and evolved into an era of digitization. We've moved into the digital everything. You have to be able to move with the world. You have to be able to move. There's all kinds of payment platforms: Cash App, Square, PayPal, Zelle, Venmo. You have to be able to adjust and make it easier for your customer, because ultimately that's the goal. If you make it easy for your customer, and you make it enjoyable for your customer, and your food is good on top, you're undefeatable. And a lot of guys are missing that piece. Remember, it's a puzzle. It's a big puzzle that we're trying to put together. And in this puzzle piece, there's pieces that you need to put in little by little. You need to fill in these gaps to be able to build a successful brand. Not that we're a successful brand or business, but we're trying to put together those pieces to one day be able to. So a misconception, to make a long story. All right, bro. I start getting going.
There's nothing wrong with. There's no rush, bro. Did I cut you off? You hear the music playing to get you off stage?
I love it, brother.
Yeah, you're doing great, bro.
Guys, our sponsor just checked in, and they wanted us to mention my brother, who is a barbecue guy.
Oh, that's right.
Georgia. So Henry doesn't know that I'm from Georgia. My brother started doing barbecue contests, and he won like 3 in a row. Right?
I love me some barbecue.
So he had the idea. He wins like 3 of them or something, and then he's like, "Well, I got to do the food truck thing." So he does the food truck thing, and we don't stay in touch. Next thing you know, I turn around, my brother's got a storefront.
Jeez.
And I was all impressed, right? And he had a van with the logo and everything, and then I went and visited, and I saw the place, and it was hopping. So I thought it was interesting because you were talking about brick and mortar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was also thinking, parallels here. You guys have stuff in common. I think it'll be interesting to have my brother on the show with you on the show, and you guys could talk about your experiences together. I think that would be cool.
Just another excuse to have me on, and I would love.
Exactly.
And like I said, no shit talking to brick and mortar, but let's reiterate on that. So we were saying that the bigger restaurants are, I feel like they're dying, dinosaur businesses. But if you've noticed, a lot of these bigger restaurants are evolving into smaller mom and pop, more traditional, smaller restaurants, and those are the ones that are banging. When you go out to a city, you're not trying to go to Olive Garden or Chili's. You're trying to go to that one hole in the wall, small family owned restaurant because you know they got the fire.
You know what? That's a really good point. I think
very
you
good
kind of
point.
just touched on what my brother has going for him. It's in like a small kind of it's a smaller town north of Atlanta, like outside of the city, right? That you would normally just kind of, if you were traveling to Atlanta, you might pass through, right?
Those are
And
the best ones, in
yeah,
my
and
opinion.
and I didn't think there would be anybody in there when we rolled up. We opened the front door, and there's like music and people laughing, having a great old time, and they all seem like they knew each other, you know. So that's really cool. You made that point. Thanks for bringing.
It's a vibe. And I think that's incredibly important. And that's what the big restaurants can't provide for you because it's not a vibe. They're not there to make you feel good for you to feel at home. They're there to feed you and get you the hell out of there. These smaller businesses, these family owned business, we're trying to make you have a good time and vibe with our business. We want you to enjoy our food. We want you to come in and have a great time so you come back.
Exactly.
I think that's the separation there. And like I said, not all brick and mortars are dying. I think we're just evolving from these big restaurants back to these smaller family owned restaurants, which are usually the tastiest and the best.
Hey,
And those smaller size restaurants, since they don't have so much overhead, they can focus on maybe getting a food truck, maybe getting a trailer, maybe doing some catering. They could focus on the customer. So I think that's really awesome.
shoot, I mean, let's think of it this way. You see, COVID knocked out a lot of restaurants. So, that you make a good point there too. So, smaller, the better.
Maybe it made some room for the underdogs, huh?
There we go.
It was an opportunity. A lot of people saw it as the end. A lot of people saw it as the beginning. And I'm really glad that you said that because we started pre-COVID. So Chapo's Tacos, we started in 2019. The 2019, 2018, 2019 is where the idea started, and we were trying to put funds together to get this idea going. Let's try to buy a grill, and then once we buy a grill, what's the next step? How can we get some gigs? What can we do to look a little bit more professional, not look like a lot of the other guys?
Right.
We never wanted to look like the other guys. We wanted you to when we come to service one of your parties, one of your events. We've been doing a lot of corporate events lately. We want you to remember us and to see us different. That's why whenever our team shows up, we got baseball jerseys. We got
Yeah.
team jerseys on, and you don't see that. And a lot of people were digging that, and they're just like, wow, these guys are different. So we started 2018, 2019. 2019 is when we were gonna have our first big event. A good buddy of mine that owned a motorcycle shop was gonna get the ball rolling for us, and we did that event. And right after we got that event, the ball started rolling. We handed out some business card. Boom, COVID hits, and it put a dent in it because you guys know the first year, the first few months closer to the year, people really were scared. People really were not coming out of their houses.
Those were
People, I mean,
uncertain times.
Yeah, those
it
were
was
scary
it,
times.
it was scary times, and we didn't know what to think of it, and it sucks because I was starting to get the ball rolling for the business, and then we got uppercutted and everything slowed down. So it was like, okay, did we end before we even did this end before it even got started? Like, what happened, and it was kind of a make it or break it. Luckily, I've fell down and I failed many times before. And in the words of the late Nipsey Hussle, it's a marathon, not a race. And
That
you build endurance every time you fail. And this is something I tell my kids all the time: do not be scared of failure. Do not be scared of failure because if you focus and you learn to get back up every time a door shuts on your face, go to the door next to it and try to open it up. Eventually a door is going to open up. Eventually something is going to happen, as long as you don't give up. And I get it, times could be rough, and when you're stressed out and there's bills and there's stuff to be paid, I get it, times get rough, and it's hard to be optimistic and kind of be like, no, we can get out of this. But
Yeah.
hang in there. It's endurance, man. It's a
endurance.
marathon. And if you don't get up after you fall, you won't make it. And that's kind of what we did with Chapos Tacos. We got back up, we hung in there, we tried to be patient, we tried to continue networking, and if we weren't having big events, we were doing small events, and trying to get our name out there. And we were able to kind of hang on. My wife was working, she was working a regular job at the time,
Yeah.
and
Ooh.
I had a few little side hustles going on to pay for
Keep
bills
things
and pay our
going. Yep.
mortgage and stay afloat
I was just gonna
and
say, yeah.
stay afloat. And we didn't give up. And actually, COVID ended up working on our favor because it gave us enough time to save up a little pillow of cash. Uh, I got into stocks at the right time and crypto in the right time. And it was a truly blessing because during 2021, the markets pumped something that we haven't seen in years. And I was able to benefit a little bit from that, and put some
Before
money
the
to the
crash.
side. And
Yeah.
Before
before
the
the crash,
crash.
my
Before the
guy,
crash.
before the crash.
Good
So for a
on
very
you.
long Man, I'm telling you, I pulled out November 2021. I was already out into some cash, and I'm
Ooh.
not fully out. I'm not fully out because I'm a long-term investor. I still hold many stuff like Tesla, Dutch Bros. We won't get into that, but I still
That'll be next
long-term.
time. Because
Yeah,
I can pick
that,
me, you can go back and forth with those.
bro, I could talk investing all day.
Man, we
So
got to have you back another time for sure.
Oh no, this won't be the last time we have him here. Yeah, this will
Oh
not.
man,
so
I got to highlight one thing that
we're
you kind of just pointed out in that last little, what do you call it? Your last, like, you were going off. It was good. But man,
yeah,
out of failure come opportunities,
All
right?
the
And
time.
it doesn't always mean personally, like that Brandon's good at pointing out, right? Like you have to fail before
You have to
you
fail
make it
before you
anywhere.
learn. Yeah.
And I mean, even if the world seems like it's crashing around us, there's a whole fuckload of people rebuilding it at the same time it's
but
happening.
it's a beginning, it's an ending for some and a beginning for others. It just depends how you look for it. The cycles of life, doors are always opening. You just have to have your eyes open and be able to put in a little bit of effort, have a little faith, stay motivated. And I understand that being motivated can be really hard, especially if you don't have a good support system, you're doing things by yourself. I have a great support system. Like I said, I brought it up before, but my wife is she's always been my biggest support, and I wouldn't be able to do things without her. Every time I fail or I fall or I fumble the ball, she's there to pick it up for me. And I'm truly blessed to have a great support system. Same thing with my family. They've been a great support system. So it really helped out, especially through the dark times of COVID.
Man.
But it ended up working in our favor.
So
Shout out to gratitude.
gratitude and love your wife. Just letting that be known.
Yeah, love you, wife.
Yeah, right. Love your wife.
Don't give me some points.
Right. So now, with that being said, now COVID and all that literally messed with a lot of people's mentals,
Yeah.
right? So even with you starting off, doing your own thing, trying to make Chapo's tacos, I always say this all the time: entrepreneurship, this isn't easy. It takes a certain mental state. It takes a certain mental stability in order to do this type of thing.
It's the hard life.
It is, and not a lot of people can do this. So I always ask, and I want to ask you too. So, what challenges I don't want to get too personal, but that you had to overcome? Like me myself, I had to get over an age gap. A couple of my other guests, they'd say that they were a little too shy or they didn't want to, but they had to get over that. So, what is something that something little that you don't mind sharing that you had to get over?
Man, a few things. I think one of the biggest ones is just kind of everything is a learning curve. Learning business. I wanted to be able to try to run and try to build a successful business. So I went back to school, and for a very long time in my life, I thought I was a very stupid person. My teachers. I went to Vallejo Middle School and Vallejo High School, one of the roughest schools, man. And
Vallejo Middle. Yep. Right
shout
there
out
with
to
you,
Vallejo
bro.
High School, man. I grew up in
Yay!
Vallejo. Grew up in the north side of Vallejo, and there's things I just when you're young, sometimes you just don't give a shit about certain things. You
Yeah.
don't know what your future has in store for you. You're just trying to be a knucklehead, and I think that was kind of one of the biggest things. Is one of my biggest hardest struggles was the learning curve during school. I didn't pay attention. I didn't really give a shit too much about stuff.
Little do
You
I,
know,
not too many of us care when we're in
you
school
know,
that much, bro.
young, stupid, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do in life. So now growing up, I have three kids. Being a father, I always wanted to do better. So you know what? I don't think it's ever too late. I don't ever think you can be too old to learn. I think you're old when you stop learning. I think you're old when you stop caring and not wanting to learn. And for a very long time, I thought I was a really dumb person, not growing up with too much money. My parents were both. I love my parents dearly. They've always been great parents. We just didn't have a whole lot of money when we were growing up, and trying to thinking about, hey, maybe in the future I can become an investor. It's far-fetched because how do you become an investor? How do you become an entrepreneur when you're broke? How do you make money when you have no money? You have to have money to make money, and you have to study, you have to go to school. I dropped out of high school, and it's something that I regret. And it's really hard, especially like I said, being Hispanic. Sometimes you don't have the greatest support from I don't know, community, sometimes parents, sometimes family, sometimes society.
Right. I was
It
gonna
can
say.
be really tough. It could be really tough. And I think that was kind of the biggest struggle, is just a learning curve. And I wanted to motivate myself. Hey, you know what? It's not too late for you to go. You might have fucked up before, but it's not too late. Let's go back to school. Let's learn business. Let's really become an entrepreneur. You want to do this shit? Let's do it right. Let's do it the right way. Learn how to properly build a business. Learn how to properly build a brand. Learn how to invest. Even though you don't have money now, you can possibly make money in the future. You can invest for your future. You can keep building. And I think that was kind of the biggest struggle. Like I said, I became a father at a very young age. And I was 20, 21. My wife now, she was 19 at the time. We were kids. We didn't know what the fuck we were doing. We didn't have no money. I didn't have no money. I had zero to my name. My parents were very kind to let me live. My girlfriend, that it's funny how things work out, because me and my wife, we were dating for a few months, and she ended up being pregnant. And when you're young, you really don't know how that's gonna go. You don't know if you're gonna be with that person. You don't know how it's gonna be. We were just getting to learn each other, so it was really scary. I had nothing. Was working at my uncle owns a automotive shop in Vallejo, and I was really into cars. I still love cars to this very day. And my goal was to be a mechanic. I'm actually a certified mechanic,
And
and it's
see,
just like, look, I'm
see,
I'm selling tacos now.
as my friend Dylan likes to say, we're multi-talented. So yeah, I like that.
Yeah, man. So, you gotta, to be an entrepreneur, you gotta be the saying is, you gotta be a jack of all trades. You gotta know a little bit of this, a little bit of that, because you become more dangerous. If you're a person that's just linear and just can see one way, you got tunnel vision, all you can see and do is one thing. It's a lot harder for you to excel in what you're trying to do. And I think if you're a jack of all trades and you know a little bit of this and you know a little bit of that, it's going to help you. It's going to open up much more doors for you. And so I'm really thankful. I've always been a big fan of engines, and I was kind of doing the mechanic thing for a little while. And we moved out of Vallejo to Fairfield, and that's kind of where I was going to decide to go to a tech school, like Wyotech. I think it was one of those fucking car
Right.
schools. And I didn't have no money. I was broke. And they're like, that school is like $30,000. And I'm trying to tell this guy on the phone, I'm like, dude, I don't have no money for the school. It's cool. We'll get you a job. You don't have to pay any money now. You just come and then do the school. And I'm just like, man, I don't even know if I want to be $30,000 in debt.
Right.
You know?
I like that. I don't know if I want to be 30. See, now that is the mind state. That's the mindset we all should have. I don't know if I want to be $30,000 in debt.
In debt, man. And you know what? I'm glad I didn't do it because I got the same certifications for not even a percentage of what they were charging me. I got the experience and I did everything at, so if it, and I'm not telling kids, I'm not saying don't go to school. That is not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there is options. Don't put yourself in debt before you even start your life. There are many options, especially in the age of technology, man. You can go online, you can do anything. You just gotta not be a lazy ass motherfucker. You can do it. That's it, bro. You just gotta not be lazy. You gotta work that brain. And talking about working that brain, that is what I wanted to do. I wanted to go back.
I fucking love this message. I'm sorry.
See,
I didn't mean to cut you off, man, but that shit.
No, not at all, bro. I'm hoping in the future my kids see this video and they can kind of.
I have to write that down. I'm gonna have to write that down, Jason. Work that brain.
Quit staring at your shoe.
Man, quit staring at your shoe and put that brain to work. Coming from not having money, I had to think outside the box because going to a college that cost a lot of money and doing stuff like that was out of the question. So I was just highly motivated to want to become something and want to do something and make my family proud. My parents are immigrants. My grandparents are immigrants. They came into this country with with a fucking shoes and a bag, and that's it. And not wanting to be, not say successful, but not wanting to become somebody. It's like slapping my fucking family in the face and my grandparents that planted that seed here and gave us a chance. I could have been born in fucking Mexico and something and not had this opportunity. I could have been born somewhere else. I could have not been born at all. If my grandparents wouldn't have came into this country, my mother wouldn't have met my father, I fucking would have been somewhere else.
Yeah, like
on a napkin
they didn't
somewhere.
fucking like come across it, and they didn't come all the way here, right? For you to fuck up their name and their legacy and everything they fucking work for, right?
A lot of kids don't see it like that, and they don't there's not so much pride and honor. I think that's kind of what we're missing in society nowadays. Some people are like, man, fuck my ancestors, man, fuck my family, man, and I don't see it that way. I want my grandparents to look down on me. I'm not fortunate enough to have my grandparents with me. I miss them every single day. And I want them to look down on and say, damn, this motherfucker's doing something.
Man, ain't that the truth? I feel you on that heavy. And you know what? And I love that you brought up grandparents because that actually creeps up to my next question.
Okay.
Something that it actually, because you've been full cylinders. I love this. That it's been a while, so it's been a minute since I had somebody on full cylinders. I like this.
Man, I like to, bro. I try. This is natural. You're awesome. You guys are awesome. This show is awesome. Like I said, I'm a fan, and
I love this.
Been looking forward to being able to be on here, bro. So it's natural.
That's fucking awesome, man.
He is awesome,
love
isn't he?
I love it. We're gonna have to end this just so because people aren't gonna be able to make it to the whole episode.
Oh shit!
So long. No, this is good shit.
I told you guys it was gonna get deep, man. This is why we're doing these.
No, I can tell this is one of the best episodes already.
Yeah, I had to drag you into the water, man, for a little bit. I knew you could swim. I knew you could swim. So get this: if you had a mentor, who was the mentor, and how did they impact your life?
Mentors, I've never really had like a so mentors really like, my parents. My parents have always been my mentors have always been my parents because I see my parents, and after 30, almost 40 years they've been together, and they've always showed me to kind of stay calm under pressure, how to not give up. You know, my mom has always been very don't give up on your dreams. She's always pushed me on my dreams, and always she's never put me down on these crazy ideas that I have. She's always been very supportive and like, hey, look, if this is what you want, don't half-ass that shit. Do it. If this is what you want, go for it. Go for it, but don't beat around the bush. My dad's always been very hardworking. My dad was a little strict growing up, but my dad's always been very hardworking, and he showed me, you need to be a man. You need to be a man. There's a lot of boys out there that aren't men nowadays, and he's like, you got to be a man. You got to bring some pride to our last name. You got to put in work. You're a family man now. Be a family man. Provide for your family. And I've always got to see them like that, and they've been great mentors. Same thing with my grandparents. Like I said, great motivation. Came into this country with nothing, and they built a family. And I've always seen that and wanted to build on that. As for mentors in the taco business, not so many mentors. There's a few guys up in the food chain that I really admire their hard work and the business model they've built with the taco and catering business industry. They've really killed it in the industry, and they've built a great model. And I always watch and kind of pay attention, take notes, and like, man, I really like how they do this. I really like that they're adding this. I really like how they do this, but maybe I'll change this on my end for me, or maybe I can add this, and just try to change things up. But just a few guys. LA, like I said, we said earlier, Los Angeles is a really hot spot for tacos, and it's banging. There's a lot of competition out there. There's a lot of guys out there. There's a lot of innovation. They're bringing a lot of new stuff into the game, and it's really cool. So I don't have exactly a mentor, but I look at all these people. Same thing with investors. One of my favorite investors, Warren Buffett, really knows how to put money
Yeah.
into really knows how to invest and how to build wealth over time. Something that the Hispanic community has not been able to kind of grasp is how to build a generational wealth. I want to build something that my grandkids could be like, man, my fucking granddaddy built this company, my kids can work here now. We have an asset for the family, for our generation. We have something. And I just don't have anything like that in my family. And I want to be the person to build that. I want to build something that I can pass on to my kids. They can pass it on to their kids. And it can go down from there. And we can end that struggle that we started with.
That was beautiful. Wasn't it though? I loved it. That was beautiful.
From the heart, man, from the heart.
Damn, I'm almost like, okay, hold on. I got to get to this next question. That I was stuck on that one. I'm loving it. Okay. All right. So, for all the younger entrepreneurs out there, they're probably watching us right now. And even some of the more mature entrepreneurs are probably watching us right now who haven't even made their steps, right? So, what's a little bit of advice you could give to some of these youngsters and some of our OGs that are starting their first business?
I think the most important advice, and this was advice that was given to me, is, and a little cliche, you might hear this a lot, is don't give up. You're going to get a lot of nothing at first, just like us. We're still nobodies, but we're trying to become somebody. And you got to be able to take those lumps and bruises, because no one's going to pay attention to you at first, and then just like that you start booming. People start noticing you. So a tip is just don't give up. We, for a very long time on our Instagram, 10 followers, 20 followers, 30 followers, nothing, 0 likes, 1 like, nothing. The last 3 months, and not that we have a lot of followers, so we have like 2,300 followers, something like that. Not that it's a lot, but they're real. At least there's some people out there that got there's some people out there with 14, 20, 30,000 followers, full of nobodies and robots. And to me, what is that? What is that good for? What's the point of having 14,000 followers and they don't?
Yeah, that's all for sure.
Fugazi.
Yeah, it's all for sure. We don't. We don't need show. We need realness right here.
We
Yeah.
got a little bit of followers, but they're real people. They're real customers. They're people that I have communicated with. They're people that have either hired us for events. They're people that have tried our food. They're people, friends, family. They're real people. And these last few weeks we've been waking up and few hundred followers, few hundred followers, few hundred followers is starting to really move up these last few months, and we were getting nothing just a few months ago. So don't get discouraged. Stay motivated. I think being motivated, people underestimate motivation. Motivation is incredibly important. You need to find ways to keep that fire and that gas going in your mission, in what you're pursuing. Like we mentioned earlier, it's a marathon. It is not a race. And the person with the most endurance, he's the one that gets the trophy at the end. So you need to not give up. If you get knocked down, get back up. If a door closes, another door is going to open. Network with people. I think networking with people is the most powerful tool in the toolbox, because just like right here, this is a perfect
Right.
example. You're opening the doors up to me. You're giving me the privilege of being on your awesome show. You are letting me put my platform on here and talk to your followers and your viewing, and that's a privilege. That's how I see it, and maybe one of your followers will give us a call and set an appointment up or something like that, and vice versa. I'm hoping that once we put this on our platform, one of my followers will fall in love with your show like I did, and they'll start following on YouTube and watching all these episodes.
Dude, it's all love. Love is love. That's all.
Love, bro. We don't get a lot of love. There's a lot of little hating motherfuckers out there, believe it or not. Like, there's some motherfuckers out there that rather just, they no support, no love, even though it doesn't cost them anything.
Not even
And I don't understand it. I try, and maybe this is just me, my character. I try my hardest to show love to everybody. I try to really, in the business, to our customers, to our friends, to our families, to our supporters, just be kind, man. Be
kind.
cool. Show some love. It doesn't hurt to fucking hit a little like, to share a little something, man. You on Instagram all motherfucking day anyway.
For real, you like already.
Just because I'm not naked and I'm not a girl and I'm not a thong and my booty cheeks aren't out, you can't hit the like button. But come on, man.
You got them juicy tacos though, don't you?
I got the juicy tacos.
Got them juicy tacos. So you get some likes to them tacos, man.
We've been getting some love lately. We've been getting some love on the tacos. Our goal is to make you hungry on social media. So when you stumble on our page, we want to get you. We want you to look and be like, "Ooh, I have to have this." All
right. So let's pretend real quick.
Yeah, me hungry already.
If this okay, I'm gonna give you the 30-second commercial. All right.
Okay.
Get yourself prepared. All right. This is your bit. What are you gonna say? You got to tell them how to get in touch with you, where to go, who to call, whatever whatever digital stuff, right?
Tags, all that.
All right. In 10 seconds. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
Guys, so at Chapo's Tacos, our main goal is to provide an excellent, professional, delicious catering service. So at Chapo's Tacos, our main goal is to make sure that you get the best taco experience possible. For any of you guys that are trying to get an event catered, we cater all types of events, big, small, family, corporate. We do them all. You can contact us in many different ways via email. You can DM us on Instagram, Chapos Tacos 707. Go make sure you guys follow the page. You can find us on Facebook. You can give us a call or a text. We have a business phone that you can reach. If you go into our business Instagram, we have all the information on there. Just go under the booking tab, click on that tab, and it'll show you all the information. We are here to serve you guys. And like I said, what our goal is to give you the best taco experience possible.
Ooh. I like
Best I can do. Best I can do.
Dude, I say he did pretty good. How long was that?
I didn't really time it, but I let him go. I let him roll. That was good though. That was good.
You can't time perfection, bro. You can't time
You
perfection.
can't.
We'll have to do that thing that they do on the commercials, but they speed that shit up. There's like,
So, with that being said, and that you gave everybody that wonderful, wonderful promo, what's next for Mr. Chapo?
The plan doesn't change, man. Right now, we are in the building process of our business. We want to expand. We're in the process of actually adding a second team. We've gone to the point where we've hired a few people, and now we're getting to the point to where we're having multiple parties in one day. Like last weekend, we had two. We could have had three events in one day, but we just didn't have enough employees to be able to do that, to split in three different cities at once. But it is just truly a blessing that the demand is there. And step two is hire more people, possibly buy some more trucks, so I can get my employees to be able to get to the destination, the catering destination that they need to get to, more business assets, more grills, and just expand. So the goal is we're not looking to open up a restaurant. If that happens in the far, far, far beyond, then so be it. But that is not our goal, is to open up a restaurant. Our eyes are set on perfecting our business, expanding to be able to do multiple parties at once. And our food truck, we really want a food truck. And that is the end goal for 20, I was gonna say 2019, 2023. For 2023 is we want to get our food truck so we can start doing more pop-ups, and just going around up and down the Bay Area a little more. And if things continue the way they do, I think that's an achievable goal for 2023. And we wouldn't be able to do it without the support of all our customers, all our friends, all our family that's been going in heavy on Chapo Tacos. I appreciate you guys.
Oh man, I can tell you, and you deserve every bit of it, bro.
Yeah, I
You guys have
appreciate
been
you, bro.
making
We're
a
trying.
killing. You guys have been making a killing, man. I have to say. I put it like this. I met them also at the Bright Spot, and I just want to say that I knew his energy, him and his wife, the energy they put out is something that is really, really something. It's a show to see.
I appreciate you, bro. That's part of the business. We want to give you, we want to give you the whole vibe. We want to give you professional, everything professional, from the looks, from the flavor, how we communicate with our customers. We would just want to give you the best experience. Best experience.
And can I say something, since you came on here, that you just, the essence that you put out on the show today was something that, you know, a lot of people need, and a lot of people really gravitate towards that. So can I just say that you yourself are motivation as well.
I appreciate that, bro.
Entrepreneurship looks good on you. All right.
I appreciate you, bro. You're kind. Like I said, I really love the motivation you put out. Like I said, I've seen your videos before, and I've seen that you promote positivity, and that's something I vibe with and I respect. So that's why I really wanted to be on the show. Otherwise, I would have been like, oh, you know. So awesome. It's been fun. It's been fun.
So, man, what you got, Jay? I feel like,
man, I was just gonna say that's my favorite part of this show, is when B3 is able to extract this type of inspiration. I don't know, man. I can feel it bubbling out of you, man, and it's contagious. And
I appreciate it, Jay.
awesome.
I appreciate it, bro.
Dude.
You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome, man. Like I said, that's just something kind of I feel like we're missing in the world a little bit. Is a little bit more love, not so much hate. I understand there's a lot of competition out there, but one thing I've learned in business, and this has helped us propel us to where we are now, is showing love and supporting other businesses. When you see me wear shirts, I don't wear Gucci. I don't wear name brand. I don't wear designer. And it's not because I can't afford it. It's because I rather wear, you dig through my closet. Those are all the homies brands. That's all I rep. If you see my shirts, I'm gonna need a Zero Gravity shirt, because that's what I'm gonna be wearing.
Hey, don't worry, it's coming.
Oh.
It's coming.
I need it. I got some shirts for you guys. You look through my closet and it's all my friends' brands, all my family's businesses. I want to support, and I just feel like some people sometimes don't support as much as they could. It doesn't cost nothing to show some love. It's all about these small business, small brands, because one day we are going to be the big brands. We're going to be the big shows. We're going to be the next generation. So I just think if we had a little bit more support, things would be a lot cooler and easier. Some motherfuckers are haters, and that just
Man,
makes my heart sad, man.
it is sad. That is sad. There are a lot of haters out there. Well, man,
That's what it is.
well, bro, I just want to say thank you so much for gracing us with your time and your energy, man. You know, like I said, when you come on, you don't only motivate my viewers, you also motivate us. So I just want to say, bro, again, thank you so much for coming on the show. Your energy was always needed. You will
Bro,
not
it's
be
a
strained.
pleasure. Same to you. Thank you so much. Like I said, I've always been a fan of the show. Jason, thank you so much, dude. You're killing it.
Thank you.
Even though we're not
Appreciate it.
seeing your face, you're killing it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You guys are awesome. It is a privilege and an honor to be on the show. I hope this is not the last time. I'm really thankful for you guys giving me this opportunity, this airtime. So thank you so much, guys. I hope we can eat some tacos
Oh.
together in the near future.
Oh, best believe that's happening. That is happening. There is no if.
I got a
or
bunch
but.
of stuff for you guys to try. You haven't tried my keto tacos yet, man. Cheese shell.
I'm gonna be so hungry by the time I finally get with you on that.
Right? It's like, oh, you're killing us, man. I haven't been this hungry through a session in a minute. So, man, oh my God. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank y'all for tuning in, watching us with me and my boy Henry of Chapo's Tacos. This is B3, aka the Kush Motivational Speaker, signing out. And as a wise man once said, work harder on your dream than your job. Good night, everyone.
Yo,